What's going on, guys?
Good. I'm good now. How are you?
That's awesome. Which one of you is Zach?
No, that's me. Yeah. This is Joey. It's my business partner.
Hey, what's up, Joe? What are your last names?
Zachariah Robinson, and then that's Joel Pagan.
Awesome. And what's your business name?
ZJ Home Solutions.
I love it. Hey, well, while we're in the same room, why don't you say hi to Elise back here? She's your customer success manager.
Hey guys.
How you doing?
So you guys must have scheduled this call because you got a deal, right?
Yeah. I just picked up the check today.
What? That's awesome. You're cut off, Elise. Congrats, guys.
Thanks.
Were you happy with the size of your check?
No, definitely not.
No.
But it's a start, and I'm satisfied with it. I just want to continue to scale and move forward.
Sure, I get that. Well, I would love to hear about, how you found that deal. Like, walk me through, like, what was the whole process, and then tell me about, of course, the check.
Okay, this is rough. So, found a deal, driving for dollars, obviously. We got a call back. We're both active duty, so.
Oh, thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you.
It's difficult receiving, inbound marketing from, while you're in the middle.
Yeah.
You work on aircraft, so it's a lot of work.
Wow.
It's tough taking inbound marketing when we're so slammed at work. So I got a call. Don't remember if it went to voicemail or not.
I think he left a voicemail.
Yeah, he did. I remember. And then once we did that, I called him back, and we just scheduled an appointment. And so we went to check out the house, and the number we threw out what 55?
55.
Yeah, 55. Like, it didn't work for him because he didn't have enough equity.
Okay.
So we ended up locking it up at the balance of his mortgage, which was 77.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and so way off from our number. I knew it would be slim. I'm like, man, we can probably make this work.
Okay.
So I reached out to my buyers list, which is not big enough at all. So that posed a challenge, and I reached out to a friend of mine who I had actually met in the probate office. So he has a much bigger buyers list than I do. So
there you go. I love that you met him in the probate office.
Yeah.
You were in there hustling yourself, right? Getting that probate list.
Yep. Spent a lot of time in there, and he found a buyer. We did a little JV addendum, and he found a buyer, and then we locked it up. This one got hard.
Well, so what did the guy say on the voicemail? Let's rewind there. What did he say?
What
He
did he
gave
say?
like a brief description of the house.
Yeah, he said, I got your postcard. He was very, kind and gentle in his message. He wasn't, hateful, like, hey, take me off the list or anything. He said, hey, I got your postcard. I see that you're interested in buying, and I want to see, what you can come up with.
What did he say? Once you met him, did he say like why he wanted to sell his house?
Yeah, so his issue, he kind of beat around the bush a little bit. He wasn't straightforward with the pain point, but his big issue was he had just wanted maybe 7 years prior in a divorce, and he didn't really want it anymore. He didn't have a use for it anymore. It was kind of a lingering item of his past, and so he kind of just wanted to get rid of it because of the divorce. Move on. But the house was in good condition. It was livable. It needed work to get it updated, but it was definitely not one of those houses we walk through where we got to wear boots because we're stepping over a lot of stuff.
Cool. So he had a divorce. This was just left over from it. So he wanted to emotionally just not have it anymore.
Yeah.
It was in good condition. You ended up partnering with somebody you met at the probate office, which is super cool. And then you JV'd. So does that mean you kind of did like a 50-50 split with the profits?
So I said, hey man, I'm having trouble. And this has happened. This has happened a few times with different wholesalers. I don't know how, but my kids said something, and at the same time they said something, Siri was activated on my phone. So I pocket dialed him pretty much and ended up having a 3-hour conversation with him. And then I realized, hey, yeah, I kind of need your buyers list right now. So
Wow, that's so bizarre. And what strange timing.
yeah, it was a great time.
Wow. All right. So cool. What was the end result like? Check. What did it like pay for the marketing you did and everything?
Yeah, it did. The total check, because the buyer, this is another issue. The buyer didn't want to pay closing costs for the seller, and so I already told the seller he wasn't going to pay closing costs, and I knew that this deal was slim and there wasn't a lot of people going to be interested in it. So I kind of just bit the bullet and said, oh, okay, well, we found you as a buyer, so let's just continue on with it. So I paid the closing costs. It was a $6,000 assignment, and he had a mortgage balance and the tax payoff, obviously, along with the attorney fees, because we're in an attorney state. And I paid $1,700 in closing costs, so it ended up being about $4,200 for the total assignment.
All right. All right. What did the numbers look like in terms of like to get this deal? Like, how many properties did you add to your DealMachine account? You know, how many times did you mail them?
So I had approximately 238 on there. By the time I got this call, it was about 238.
Yeah.
We mailed. It was an array of. I had about 40. Yeah, that I had about 40 of them that I mailed about 8 times
Okay.
for a response, and then in between the 40 and the 238, I probably had about maybe 3 or 4 mailings in between those numbers.
Okay. So you spent less than $1,000 in marketing.
Yes.
Made 3,000, right? Assignment after you took the splits.
About 21 after the split because of the closing costs.
All right. So you over doubled your money, but you'd like a bigger check in the future.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you could totally see how that's possible, right?
Yeah.
Guy in this situation who maybe doesn't know as much on his mortgage could have locked it up lower next time. I mean, obviously you couldn't have this time, but then also like as your buyers list grows, like you'll be able to keep the whole thing instead of doing a JV. But awesome that you did JV because you got the deal done, and now this guy is probably on your buyers list now.
Yeah, he is.
That's great. Well, where do you go from here? What are you going to do next?
Keep doing the same thing, rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
Big thing is just increase my buyers list.
Okay. How are you going to do that?
Use the money to buy a list from list source. Honestly, that's and then skip trace that and then reach out to buyers that way.
I got you. A lot of tips I often hear also are just like go to the auctions and see who's there buying.
Yeah. I've been to a few auctions here. It's not a lot of activity. I'm not really sure why. Probably in the bigger cities it will work. But,
Yeah.
It's just not a lot. But the courthouse is definitely a good place to start.
Yep. I love that you met that guy in the probate office too. Great tip. So I love that you guys talked about you're working a lot of hours outside of your wholesaling business. So it's a challenge for you to make sure you're receiving those calls, right? So tell me about your voicemail. I know this guy left a voicemail. Did you guys like record a special message that they can hear, or like what did the voicemail greeting say that you guys use?
So my voicemail greeting is just like a standard greeting saying, hey, here's my name, and I'm sorry I missed your call, but I'll get back to you. It's a standard thing, but I ended off with, I'm looking forward to helping you in the future, or looking forward to figuring out however I can help you.
Okay. Yeah. So your approach was more of like a general voicemail that also worked well for a person calling for your business. Yep.
Yeah.
And then you got the voicemails after you got off work, and then you called them right away.
Yeah, actually, I called him in the middle of work. I was like, nope, taking this.
Yeah, that's great, because I feel like a lot of times the response time is so important. They receive that mail, they want to get an answer right away. But if it's been 30 minutes, well, they may go Googling around for another person that could sell to, buy their house. So hitting them back real quick is super important from the research and experience that I've had. Really awesome that you guys were able to do that. What kind of aircraft do you guys work on?
I work on Apaches.
So helicopters.
Yeah, helicopters.
That's sick. You both do?
Yeah.
What kind of, like, do you guys do like the paint or the engines, or like what do you do?
The big guns and the electronics,
Okay.
and he does night vision. Night vision. Yeah.
Wow, that's super interesting.
Yeah, it's fun, but definitely not worth as much work as it is.
I hear you. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
thanks for your service, and thanks for that sacrifice that you guys give to do that.
Yeah, it's gone well so far, but
Good.
head it off.
So like, were you guys just buddies from work, or how'd you guys meet and start this business?
So we went to the field for 7 days, and it just happened to be like the topic came up, and we was in the same room, and we just linked up, and then we just went from there.
Yeah, I think we were just so disgruntled.
With work?
Yeah, and the fact that I'm in the field, didn't really want to be sleeping in a tent
Mm-hmm.
with kids for a week for no reason.
Yeah.
So I already had a real estate business. I already had an LLC set up, and he was interested. It was like there was not enough time in the day to talk about what we wanted to do with it.
Yeah.
So we got out. We were like, once the field was done, we're like, we're not going back to the
Yeah. I love it. Well, I want to definitely, celebrate with you guys, and I'm going to send you some DealMachine hats.
Oh, yay.
Okay.
I already got my carrot shirt, so we can just add to it.
Heck yeah. I love Carrot. They've got a great product. I use it here for my property business as well.
You're out of Indianapolis?
Yep. I live in Indianapolis.
Okay.
Where are you guys from?
I'm from Detroit.
I'm from New Jersey.
Okay. And where are you now?
Fayetteville, North Carolina.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Only Indiana I lived in Gary for a few months. That was rough.
Oh, Lord.
That's pretty rough.
Lord almighty.
I lived in Fort Wayne as a baby, but other than that, I stayed like around the Midwest, Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit.
I gotcha. I was just in Fort Wayne. I took my mom up to a Paul McCartney concert.
Oh, wow.
She loved it.
Paul McCartney. Oh, man.
Well, cool. I mean, thank you guys for sharing this story. We're going to post it on our YouTube channel if you're all right with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. And then I'll text you guys a link to get those hats. Sound good?
Yep. Perfect.
Fantastic. Thank you guys so much. And I can't wait to help you guys get some additional deals with DealMachine.
Oh, yeah. Neither can we. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. Bye, guys. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Later.